Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Wrestling is Silly Monday Night Merriment. Don't worry, it feels weird for me too. It feels just as weird for me coming to you on a Monday as it does you coming to my channel on a Monday. Don't worry, this ain't gonna be a normal thing. This is a one-off Monday Night Merriment because, as you can probably hear, I'm still a little bit less than stellar in the vocals department, but I needed to bring you this one episode of Wrestling is Silly before Deck the Halls on Wednesday, and otherwise it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense to because this is the setup, and I need to have the setup to have the payoff. I can't just give you payoff. That would be ridiculous. That would be stupid. So I'm going to be drinking plenty of water. I'm going to be maybe not shouting quite as loudly as I normally do, but nonetheless, it is that time of the week. And by that time, I say that special one-off Monday time where we gather and we watch the stupidest of wrestling nonsense. This week, like I said, it is the last episode before Wrestling is Silly's Deck the Halls, our big Christmas year-end spectacular. We have plenty of action between now and then. Lots of big things to set up between now and then. We need to find out who is going to be Rue's Flippy Shit Division competitor. We need to find out if Kiryu is going to get a shot at his at the world title. We got so much big stuff to set up between now and then. So this is going to be an action-packed and fun-filled episode. How are you all doing this evening? Let me know. Are you doing good? Are you in a good way? Are you in a good vibe? Do let me know in the chat. I know, again, it's going to be a bit weird. We're at a different time. Maybe some people aren't able to come and watch because times are weird, but it's going to be a good episode. It's going to be a good episode. Our first match of the evening. Last week we saw Doug Ziggler had the smiley case taken off him by Abraham Lincoln. However, as that match was happening, we were already, sadly, I was bamboozled somewhat. I was taken for a ride somewhat because the tag team match between Sonic Generations and the Deity Dogs had already been signed into Deck the Halls before that match had happened. I didn't think that Doug was gonna. I was bamboozled. I was taken for a ride by the Deity Dogs. So the Deity Dogs versus Sonic Generations is officially still happening at Deck the Halls next week. But now Abraham Lincoln has a mere 2 days to cash in that smiley case before it gets taken off him, because as we all know, at Deck the Halls we will be crowning a new smiley case champion in a 6-man trick or treat match. So Abraham Lincoln's got a ticking time bomb in his hands. So this week, to sort of whet your appetites for that upcoming tag title showdown, I bring you the two big men from those two teams in what I believe may be their first time face-to-face in singles action. Sonic the Hedgehog, specifically Classic Sonic versus God, is going to be your opening contest for this evening, once again to whet your appetites for their tag team action next week, where the title shall be on the line. Sonic versus God, let's go indeed. Sonic versus God. Now, this is going to be a big one. This is going to be a hard-hitting and very, very speedy match. Hopefully, I say speedy, hopefully it's going to take longer than until last week, but get your predictions in. This is two big heavy hitters from the Wrestling is Silly world, from the early days of Wrestling is Silly. Let's throw my controller on the floor. Let's go down to the ring and watch these two get their heads in the game. Your opening contest for this evening is set for one fall with a no time limit. On his way to the ring first from the Green Hill Zone, Weighing in at 16 bits of blast processing, he is one half of the Wrestling is Silly Tag Team Champions, Sonic the Hedgehog. Versus God. Yes, Sonic is looking God dead in the eyes, challenging him to a fight. Only on Wrestling is Silly would something like this happen. Blasphemous, possibly. Hilarious, definitely. Now, both teams have opted to leave their other man in the back for evenness, to make sure there's no funny business on either side, because of course these tag feuds can get quite emotional with gold on the line. People can always get a bit carried away, but so we're seeing a rare outing of just classic Sonic and a rare outing of just God. God, of course, has more singles experience than Sonic, but let's see how that affects the match. And his opponent from the heavens above, weighing in at 259 pounds, he is one half of the Deity Dogs, God. Again, not often you see either one of these competitors making an entrance on their own, but God's doing it. Both men doing it in good spirits. Neither one seemingly letting the stakes of the situation slow them down. But obviously, God wants to get the win, because going into the halls with momentum against the champs is going to really, really affect their possibility of getting those titles. But of course, Sonic, there's a reason he's a champion. Even on his own, even in singles action, he is still a force to be trifled with. So very rare has Sonic taken a loss, but maybe the Almighty is the one to do it. There's only one way to find out. And that is to let God vamp just a little bit longer. The crowd love him. Crowd love the Almighty. Let's not take that away from them. I think he's done. I think we're ready to go. I think the identical twins there in the front row ready for action. And Freya, the referee, rings the bell, and off they go. Sonic aiming to get the runaround on God, but God shutting him down. Big lariat into the corner there. And then just bouncing the head of the Wrestling Silly Tag Champion off the canvas there, and going straight in for a big almighty bear hug, squeezing the life and the air out of Sonic. But Sonic, though, fighting back with a couple of elbows to the point of the jaw. They need to get that thunderclap to let go, and the tornado takedown. Tornado head scissors there from classic Sonic, now maintaining control. A rolling neckbreaker. See, this is the thing. Tope con hero, not even giving God a moment to get back up to his feet, but God getting back up to his feet just a little bit quicker than Sonic expected. And it's those big fists that are slowing Sonic down, and now a very, very delayed vertical suplex. All the blood running to the head of Sonic, making it all the more painful when the rest of his body hits the ground. So again, Sonic can get the speed advantage over God, but if God lays in just a few strikes, a few misplayed hits from Sonic, and God is in complete control. But the big trip there, big Russian leg sweep, taking down God. Of course, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And now God managing to reflect some strikes. The big cricket bat hands and massive pump kicks of God are really what Sonic wants to look out for here. His strategy should be, even though he's the bigger man in Generations, he is the smaller man in this matchup, and he needs to focus on his speed and not try and get into a striking match with God. God, though, wrenching back at the neck into sort of a modified camel clutch there. Sonic, though, not even remotely interested in tapping out, slipping out the back gate. And instead, ooh, scorpion backbreaker there. And now Sonic going for a quick cover. Just a 1 count, though. Sonic bouncing up onto that top rope. God, though, making his way to his feet. Shotgun drop kick. Very, very quick thinking and quick rearrangement there from Sonic on the fly, almost in midair. Huge flying kick. Takes down Almighty. God, returns fire up on the shoulders. That torture rack. Oh, sit out torture rack there. That is some Old Testament shit. God with the cover. But still just a 2 count, though. Cannot keep a champion down like that. Super kick connects, and God spinning his way to the ground. Well, only a 2 count off that super kick. That is a move that Sonic has closed a lot of books with, but he cannot close the Bible. Slips out the back, and beautiful combination of trips there from Sonic. Sonic now up on the top rope. Is he looking for that spin dash? That 450? No, he wants God on his feet instead. What's he got in mind is another swanton takedown. That was not something I was expecting to see from Sonic this early on, but there's the blackout, and God rising to his feet. And this does not look good for Sonic. Oh, jackknife. But that cannot keep down Sonic. I thought that was going to be it for Sonic the Hedgehog. It's a jackknife or jackhammer. I forget which one's which, but either way, it's not good to take. Neither is that just a clubbing blow across the face, but Sonic up on the shoulders of Sonic, managed to slip out the back door. That was looking like a Death Valley driver from Sonic, and that is not something you want to take. Rolls through with the small package and in to the Enziguri right across the face. Short DDT slamming God's head into the mats as well. Sonic getting a little bit of cockiness, turning his back to God, hitting that brutal chop block. Never want to turn your back on your opponent, especially if your opponent is omniscient. But are you still omniscient if you've run into that steel ring post, though? Only time will tell. God and Sonic now battling across the ropes. God with the opportunity to get in the ring. Sonic slipping out. Maybe trying to get in the head of God here. But of course, God 1 step ahead. Oh! Just flattening Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic rolling out the low drop kick, though, and getting another scorpion backbreaker. What is it? What has either man got? Jackhammer is vertical suplex into body slam. Yes. Jackhammer is Goldberg. Jackknife is Kevin Nash. That's the one. And there's the spin dash from Sonic the Hedgehog. Gets the cover. Still not enough to keep God down. Oh, and there's a big, brutal lariat. And now Sonic fighting from the underground and getting a rare sleeper hold in. Wrenching right back and forth. Is he going to try and make God tap here? That would be a very, very unorthodox way for Sonic to win. God looks like he's fading. His knees are drooping. No! He hits the jawbreaker instead. Very, very astute moves there from Sonic. But, Sonic had something in mind. Couldn't quite hit it. God with those brutal fists, and he makes him famous. Gets the cover. Could this be it? The Deity Dog's famouser. No, still just a 2 count. That famouser, a move used by both Doug and God. It's their tag team unity distilled into one move, but it will not take down the champ. But now, a single shot leathered across the chest of Sonic is enough to take him down. Sonic is in a very, very precarious position right now. God could be going into Deck the Halls with a win. And that would mean that he's already, by his own rights, done half the work to get the title. Big boot avoided. Oh, bouncing missile dropkick. Sonic is frantic right now to get some kind of momentum. Hooks the shoulders into the pits. Uses that momentum to take God down, giving Sonic just half a second to breathe. Oh, suspending the momentum once again, and the pendulum DDT. God slipping out for a breather now. God the one on the back foot. Or maybe coaxing Sonic to the outside so he can really brute out some pain. The snake eyes onto the apron, the hardest part of the ring. God really putting the screws on the Wrestling is Silly Tag Team Champ right now. This is not looking good for Sonic the Hedgehog. This could be this match against the Dogs next week could be the hardest challenge that these two have faced, but that's if Sonic can get there. Because a big swinging chokeslam onto those very, very thin mats. God very much looking to loosen up, to weaken Sonic before next week. This seems to be the strategy going in. I don't think the win for God is that important at this point. As long as he can weaken Sonic to get the win next week where it matters, where it's important. And now, up to an 8 count now. Is God going to try and win via count out? That does not seem fair. No, he's going to break up the count. That winning by count out did not seem very heavenly, shall we say. But instead berating Sonic, making him get up off his own accord. And now another huge chokeslam, this time onto the corrugated diamond cut steel of that ramp. And the back of Sonic the Hedgehog must be in ribbons at this point. Oh, Sonic though, managing to sneak out of whatever that double underhook situation that God had going on. Sonic up on the upper hand. He's bounced back, it seems. Found himself a spring pad or a new collection of rings. He's back on top. Beautiful, beautiful Hurricane Rana takedown. And now Sonic returning to the ring. Is he going to break up the count, or is he going to force God to make his own way in? Sonic gets a breather. God breaks the count. And Sonic letting God pass him. Maybe misinterpreted what he had in store, but God now taking the opportunity. Another deep bear hug. But Sonic one step ahead as always. Driving strikes into the neck of God, making him let go of the bear hug, and slipping around into a tornado takedown. Gets a cover. Sadly not enough to keep the Almighty down, but God having to drag himself up by the outsides of the ring. Ring ropes are not a good place to be, but right into a spiking DDT there from Sonic, driving the halo of God into the apron, the hardest part of the ring. And now, being thrown into the barricades now. This is not looking good for God. This has turned on a dime. I have no way of telling you who's going to come out on top of this match. I struggle to see it. I struggle to see at this point, after eating barricade, ring post, and staircase, how God can come back. But then the brutality that Sonic took onto that diamond cut ramp, and he's bounced back. So these are two wrestlers at the very top of their game. So the momentum is endless, and the energy of both these competitors is equally endless. This could still go either way. There's the neck breaker on the outside. And how is this going to affect the tag title shots next week from the Deity Dogs? Easily, neither man is going to be entering. Neither man from this match is going to be entering at full capacity. So So it's going to be very, very interesting to see both these men very, very clearly not holding anything back for next week. Like, able and eager to put their whole bodies on the line for this match. So I don't know if this is them holding back. Oh, Hurricane Rana, the head of God, being driven into the mat. If this is them holding back, then next week is going to be brutal. But equally, if this is not them holding back, they are that dedicated to keeping the Sonics dedicated to keeping the belts, and Deity Dogs dedicated to trying to loosen up the Sonics for next week's title opportunity. Oh, Sonic now head driven into the mat. God able to reverse momentum, albeit very, very briefly. He's made his way back into the ring to split to reset that count, but given Sonic the opening just enough to get his senses back, hit that Hurricane Rana, and now maybe the two of them can start brawling back into the ring outside of this corner. Instead, no. God, oh, the gut of God just bounced off the edge of that barricade. Brutal combination of strikes, of kicks from Sonic there. Sonic maybe waiting for God to get back in the ring once again. No, instead resetting the count. Oh, a single kick that time, and God went careening into the barricade. And I think he's gonna gut first into it once again. This is brutal from Sonic. Sonic really, really eager for he and his cousin, other universe version of himself, however they're related, he is eager for them to hold on to their belts. And I think he knew. Oh, Pendulum DDT avoided by God. God maybe playing possum there a little bit. But either way, they need to return this to the ring. They need to end the match inside those ropes. God hearing the call, seeing an opening, maybe wanting to end this while he has the chance. And there he goes. Pop up Famouser out of nowhere. Gets the cover. Wow. That Famouser out of absolutely nowhere, sealing the deal for God. Here is your winner, and going in to deck the halls with one up over half of the champs. God, what a ending out of absolutely nowhere. Let's go back to the commentary desk and have a look at the predictions there, because God wins. Well done to everybody that voted for God there. That was quite a tight contest. A lot of back and forth going into that. There was a lot of back and forth all the way through the match. I had no way of predicting who was gonna try and who was gonna come out on top at any given point there, because every time that one of those men would get momentum, the other would just snatch it right back. And I think the tag title match next week will be much of the same, because both the Deity Dogs and Sonic Generations, two of the most tenured, most experienced, most beloved tag teams at Wrestling Is Silly. Speaking of that tag team match next week, I can formally announce that tag match will be the first ever return to the classic Wrestling Is Silly tag team formula. Tornado tag rules will be a default in Wrestling Is Silly moving forward. There will be no more standard one legal man tag matches by popular demand in the Discord. So that will be the two most old school teams fighting in the old school Wrestling Is Silly style, ushering in a return to form for the tag division here at Wrestling Is Silly. And so that is going to be an incredible thing to look forward to. And I'm just hearing in my earpiece that we've got to go back to the ring, unfortunately, because something is happening on the Bowser and Bowser Jr. have spilled out of the dressing room into the outside of the ring. Of course, these two have been sort of indirectly arguing through promos, through Princess Peach for a while now, and it seems that it has gotten physical between these two men. I mean, they've got a lot of history. Bowser would come in here. Bowser Jr. would come into Wrestling Silly just to have a little bit of fun, and then his dad demanding that he come and, you know, join this evil domination, what have you. Clearly, Bowser Jr. has had enough with being told what to do by his dad, and well, Bowser wasn't taking that line down. This has gotten very, very physical between these two men. Oh, Bowser Jr. A beautiful drop kick there to the side of the head. Bowser Jr. right up front telling him, no, I'm not listening to you anymore. But Bowser getting the knees up off of that shooting star press from his son. And Bowser's maybe showing Junior where he learned some of that more athletic, more acrobatic action. But returning to the brutality we've gotten to know King Coop before. I mean, there's just no... Oh no, come on. He is your son. There is no need for this kind of violence. I mean, we have security to break them up. I'm getting security to try and get down there as soon as possible, but like our security team is a bunch of humans. I don't think there's much that we can do at this point to stop this from happening. Maybe it's just best to let them get it out of their system. Again, I don't really know what the protocol is for this. Again, he is your son. There's no need to hit him with stairs. I get it. It's the holidays. You're with your family. Fights happen. Spanish Fly, though. That was impressive. And I get it. I get it from both sides. Bowser, of course, he wants his son to join him, and he's like, Bowser sees what Bowser Jr. is doing as maybe a show of weakness. He thinks his son's better than this, and Bowser Jr. on the other hand just wants to be able to live his own life. And his mum seems to understand this. His mum seems to be protecting him from this, but she's not in the building this week. She's off with. She's got an indie date somewhere else. She's not in the building this week, so obviously there was nothing separating these two men. So it unfortunately had to be this way. And like I said, we're trying to send out security, but of course Bowser is friends with Donkey Kong. Is maybe he's maybe holding security back. There's so much going on. And again, if our security team could get here, could they stop a 500-pound turtle dragon man and a 200-pound smaller turtle dragon man? I'm not sure that they could. So yeah, maybe it's just better we let them both just get it out of their system. At the very least, they've returned to the ring, so we know it's not going to be ridiculously painful for any one of them. Oh, saying that's a long way to get chokeslammed. There's a long way down. And now I think Bowser showing his son Junior why he is in charge. There he is, another castle. No, Bowser Jr. wrenching his way free at the very last second there. That was a very, 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 very astute last minute check, trying to get out of Bowser's fury. And maybe trying to get one of his own in, but Bowser one step ahead. And the rolling fist there to the side of the head. This does not look a good place for Bowser Jr. to be right now. I know he's kind of been the underdog for the entirety of his run here at Wrestling is Silly, but come on, Bowser. There's no need for kendo sticks. Come on. He is your child. He is your son. What are you doing? Ooh, with a rising knee from Bowser Jr. Maybe bounced off that, like the kendo stick being broken over his chest, but just bouncing off him as if it was nothing. But I don't know to what end they're fighting. to maybe when one of them just cannot get up anymore. But whatever. That's it. Bowser Jr. seems to be claiming victory there. Maybe driving the face of his dad into the mat, driving his whole body into the mat. Bowser's unable to get up, and I think security's on their way now, but Bowser Jr. calling it a win, I suppose. We're just about to break up for the holidays. Christmas dinner is going to be very, very awkward at the Bowser table, I gotta say, because it's Wednesday already. It's one of those special Monday feeling Wednesdays. It's a unique feeling. Wednesday and a Monday. It's Monday Night Merriment here at Wrestling It's Silly. You've just seen Bowser Jr. on an unsanctioned brawl with his father there. And like I said, Christmas dinner is going to be very, very awkward this year at the Bowser table, I would assume, because they've got all of that to talk over the turkey about. Now, I believe we might be able to get back to our regularly scheduled programming, perhaps, because we've got two very, very powerful women in the women's division right now, both of whom are getting a title shot next week, because this match contains She-Ra and Poison Ivy. Now, two very, very interesting things I would like to tell you about next week at Deck the Halls. I have some promos to show you. First off, let's talk about She-Ra first, because She-Ra bested Hardcore Harley's proving ground, and to that, Hardcore Harley, as you can tell, has been talking over the turkey sounds like a euphemism for gay. Their father and son get out of the gutter. Hardcore Harley's proving ground was bested by She-Ra just a few weeks ago. Harley has been taking a few weeks off to heal, to get her body together, to be primed for next week at Deck the Halls. She-Ra and Hardcore Harley will be in a Hardcore House of Fun title match for the Hardcore title, and not them, just in general. Okay, in general, yes, in general, then they are talking turkey. So She-Ra is going to be in a House of Fun Hardcore House of Fun title match next week. But what about the other woman in this match? What about Poison Ivy? Well, she, along with Wii Fit Trainer, will be taking on Toph in a three-way dance for the Wrestling Is Silly Women's World Championship. That is going to be one to watch for. So both of these women are in title matches next week, and I figure what better way to tune them both up to be in fighting fit condition than to get them both in the ring one-on-one. Your next contest, She-Ra versus Poison Ivy. This next match is scheduled for one fall. On her way to the ring first, from Eternia, weighing in at 165 pounds, She-Ra. And her opponent from the gardens of Gotham City, weighing in at 134 pounds, Poison Ivy. Welcome in, Eddie. You have only missed a couple of things. You missed God getting a win over Sonic the Hedgehog just ahead of their tag team title match next week at Deck the Halls. You missed a backstage brawl between Bowser and Bowser Jr. And now She-Ra and Poison Ivy going one-on-one as they both have title shots next week at Deck the Halls. Once again, She-Ra, Wii Fit Trainer, and Toph are going head-to-head for the Women's World Championship, and She-Ra we're taking on Harley Quinn in Hardcore Harley's House of Fun for the Hardcore title. Both these women, like I said, have title shots, so I figure what better way to keep them fighting fit than to get them both in the ring against each other. One will be entering with all the momentum in the world next week, the other fighting from underneath, and of course, Hardcore Harley, Poison Ivy, good friends. They're both part of Gotham City Sirens. There's a lot of interplay here at work. Poison Ivy may be wanting to loosen up She-Ra for her friend, but unable to get that suplex into the Northern Light suplex there from She-Ra. And She-Ra, hitting an overhead T-bone suplex as well. But the strikes caught by Poison Ivy, hitting a Northern Lights of her own and keeping the shoulders down only for a 1 count. Poison Ivy very, very recently changing tact, moving from a more submission-based style into using her size and strength as a powerhouse wrestler. Fisherman Buster there from Poison Ivy. And this new look, this new fighting style has been very, very successful for Ivy so far. So maybe she can turn it into some sort of title gold next week at Deck the Halls. But before that, she's got to get through this woman clad in gold herself, She-Ra. And now hitting another Northern Light suplex. Generally maybe focusing on just all over wearing out the body of She-Ra before maybe trying the sleeping spores or the cloverleaf. Waistlock takedown from Poison Ivy, spinning on top, confusing She-Ra, not knowing which way to position her weight as she gets up, and now driving the knee to the back of the head. And a flipping neck breaker. Poison Ivy very much in charge in these later moments. She-Ra getting a good start, but Ivy taking all the momentum as She-Ra having to pull herself up and running right into the spear off the side. That is going to take a lot out of She-Ra. And now quickly Poison Ivy returns her to the ring. And now, wrenching at the face, and now, wow! Throwing She-Ra by her face over the shoulder of Poison Ivy. That powerhouse tendency really showing off She-Ra now. Poison Ivy positioned on the middle rope, double sledge to the top of their head. And now both these women, powerhouse wrestlers, some of the bigger women in the division, but Poison Ivy seemingly the one getting the momentum, but the face buster from She-Ra may have turned that around. No, Poison Ivy popping right back up. Shades of the Great Stinger there. And now, She-Ra reversing the Irish Whip, but Poison Ivy popping up over the top, hitting a hell of a lariat off the ropes. And now into a slightly modified figure 4 leg lock there. Really wrenching those legs, really wrenching the joints. Opting not for a submission victory, instead going for a pin instead. She-Ra just able to throw Poison Ivy off at the 2 count. That could have been a very quick finish for She-Ra. And now, the modified, the sleeping spores locked in, and seconds later, Poison Ivy getting the win. She-Ra tapping the moment that those hands covered the face and those sleeping spores were locked in. Poison Ivy getting the win. Going in to Deck the Halls, all the momentum in the world, but can she channel that momentum into a title win next week? She and Wii Fit Trainer are taking on Toph for her title gold. But can a win this week be enough to seal the deal for Poison Ivy next week? Or will Wii Fit Trainer or Toph Beifong be the spoiler that she doesn't need? And how will this affect She-Ra in her title shot next week? Because like we said, if you missed the announcement before the match, She-Ra will also be getting a title shot against Harley Quinn in Hardcore Harley's House of Fun. So how will this match affect her going into there? Of course, you do not want to be fighting from underneath when you are in any kind of hardcore scenario, especially one with a title on the line. So that is going to be a very, very interesting match, shall we say. Speaking of interesting matches, here is one with a lot of momentum behind it. We have two men, both of whom vying for some kind of acceptance from the current Wrestling Silly Men's World Champion. Current World Champion, of course, being Guillotine Gus Taylor. But again, both of these men, on one side we have Slender Man, a man who everybody knows the storied history behind Slender Man and Kiri and Gus Taylor. They very, very much are intrinsically linked here in the walls of Wrestling is Silly. Slenderman, Gus making his wrestling debut against Slenderman. Slenderman taking Gus as a thrall of his, and then Gus managing to somehow break out of that shadow into being his own man, taking the title off of a virtually undefeated Colonel Sanders, and then his first big title defense against being Slenderman. It is very much Gus is slaying the demons that haunted his early career, and now those very same demons seem to be gatekeeping who gets to face Gus for the title, because on the other side of this matchup we have Kiryu Kazuma, who by all metrics is very, very worthy of a title shot. By all metrics is worthy of standing toe-to-toe with Gus Taylor, but by Gus Taylor's own metrics, Kiryu hasn't faced the darkness in the same way that Gus has. He summarized this very, very nicely in a promo that I'm going to replay you. I'm going to replay you this promo now in case you missed it last week, because it is a very, very interesting, a very damning indictment may be the wrong word, but let's just replay. I'll replay the promo and we'll retalk after it.
Kiryu-san, the Dragon of Dojima. Well, you made quite a name for yourself in this place. I remember refereeing that Hell in a Cell match you had with your on-again, off-again boyfriend, Majima. You put your body on the line in a local gymnasium. We didn't even have a proper ring mat, and you were setting the standard for everyone to follow. Then you strapped the tag division on your backs and brought it to the next level. And that's not even mentioned in your past in Japan. Yeah, I've watched the tapes. Kamurocho, Sotenbori, even that floating castle. Your name is famous worldwide. But I don't quite think you're ready just yet. You haven't faced the darkness like I have. You haven't looked evil in the eye and come out on the other side. You haven't been trapped alone in the forest of the dead while all your demons come out and play. So I know you're not worth my time in the ring. Just yet. But next week, I'll still be watching. And if you can look evil in the eye, if you can defeat the darkness, prove you're better than the beast, then, at Deck the Halls, I'll give you the thing that you're craving. A chance at the gold. Come on, Dojima Ryu. Fight like a dragon, or your legacy, just like your name, will be erased.
So like I said, some harsh words from Guillotine Gus Taylor there. Saying that Kiryu doesn't deserve a title shot because he hasn't faced, in his words, faced the darkness in the same way that Gus has. So this week, the last match of the first half of Wrestling is Silly is Slenderman versus Kiryu. And if Kiryu wins, he gets a Wrestling Silly men's world title shot next week at Deck the Halls. Let's go down to the ring and see how this unfolds. Kiryu already in the ring. Slenderman on his way to the ring now. And Kiryu not hesitating for a moment, really putting all of his effort into slowing Slenderman down as quickly as he possibly can. Crowd very much enjoying that red hot opener there from Kiryu. And now let's see if he can capitalize on this opening he's made for himself. Slenderman, though, getting a boot up. Oh, and the low drop kick shutting him down. The pop-up and the Hurricane Rana from the astoundingly, surprisingly agile Dragon of Dojima. You notice this week there is no Akame. There is no Akame here to join Kiryu. Kiryu getting an early cover. Just a 2 count, I'm afraid, for Kiryu. We have no Akame out this week. She's too busy with duties over in Sotenbori. So Kiryu out on his own, of course. The Fight Just Friends, they are still a thing, but Ichiban is very busy dealing with his own shit later on down the line. So Kiryu on his own, but then he's very much used to being on his own. There is the you can't escape there from Kiryu. Quick snapmare, and now taking a bounce off the ropes into just driving the knee into the back of Slenderman. And of course, if Slenderman wins this match, I mean, I suppose Gus gets the night off because there's nobody that can challenge for that world title if Kiryu loses this match. And Slenderman reflecting the strikes offered by Kiryu. And big back body drop from Slenderman. And now, Slenderman getting a DDT. Another jackknife suplex there from Slenderman. That is indeed a long way down. Combination lariats there from Slenderman. Kiryu having to duck and hide in the corner. Big slender splash. Kiryu having to drag himself up by those ring ropes. I think that back body drop might have taken more of a toll on him than I expected. Slenderman wrathful though, really putting the moves to the Dragon of Dojima. There's the big splash right on the nose of Kiryu. And now, I think he was going for a Rolling Thunder there, but Kiryu shutting him down with a quick pump kick. Knee strike avoided. But the clothesline 1-2. Slenderman getting a cover. Kiryu, though, not going down that easy. He needs this. He needs this world title opportunity. Kiryu, though, body blocking Slenderman there. Exchanging strikes. I don't want to get in a striking contest with either one of these two men. But there's the rolling stunner. And a big, gigantic hammer. This does not look good for Kiryu. There's the bad ending. And there's the cover. But not enough to keep Kiryu down. Beast mode driver from the Dragon of Dojima. No, neither man's finisher enough to keep the other man down. This is a very hard-hitting match. Double stomps from both sides to Slenderman. And there's the Ushigoroshi. And the Terminator dive from Kiryu. He is going Omega Man mode right now. There is nothing holding this man back. He wants that title shot. He needs that title shot. And Slenderman is the only thing in the way. He's not. Oh, I thought he was going to go for a beast mode driver on the apron. No! Blue Thunder Bomb on the outside. And now he pushes Slenderman back into the ring. Takes a moment. Thank you for the hydration reminder. Not just me, everyone else as well. Kiryu up on the top rope. Big elbow drop straight to the spine. Oh, Slenderman though blocking the strikes. There we go. He's going for another beast mode driver. Kiryu would cover. But it's still not enough. Still, there is something. I don't know if it's a heartbeat, but it's something inside Slenderman that is keeping him going. Oh! Went for a Casadora. Didn't quite catch all of it, but whatever he caught, he got Slenderman down. Oh! Slenderman, though, anticipating the gut kick. Not anticipating the run through of that lariat attempt by Kiryu, though. And now Kiryu seemingly still on top. Kiryu not used to being the smaller man in any competition, and now really wrenching on this modified figure 4. Was that a patented Luigi butt? It might be a Luigi butt attack. Maybe he's been training with Luigi. I don't know. Oh, the beautiful wrist control from Kiryu. Gets Slendy down, center of the ring. And there is your winner. Whew. That was a heated match. Here is your winner and #1 contender for the Wrestling is Silly Men's World Title, the Dragon of Dojima, Kiryu Kazuma. And that was one hell of a match, and I can now officially confirm that that next week your main event of Deck the Halls will be between that man and our current world champion, Guillotine Gus Taylor. I'm just trying to find the promo now. Give me a minute. Next week your main event will be Guillotine Gus Taylor versus Kiryu Kazuma for the Wrestling is Silly Men's World Championship. That was one hell of a fight, and now Gus has no way to say that Kiryu hasn't fought the darkness. Kiryu hasn't come out the other side. That was an incredible match by both compared to Slenderman. Put on one hell of a really put the dragon through his paces, really showed him what the fight was about. And that is the end of our first half of Wrestling is Silly. So if you are anything like me and have a little bit of a croaky throat, please do get yourself a very large and very cold glass of water, or a glass of hot chocolate, because it's that kind of season. Kiryu could have just fought the glam rock band The Darkness. It might have been easier. That you're probably true. You're probably right. They could have just fought. They could have, like, those guys. They sang "I Believe in a Thing Called Love." I don't think they believe in a thing called fighting. So it would have been an easier fight. But he has proven that he's worthy of the title shot, and I think it's going to be one hell of a main event. But yeah, like I said, we're about to go for a very short break. We will be back in just over 3 minutes time. So please do refill your glasses, empty your bladders, do all of that good stuff that you need to do. But until then, I got one more question for you, and that is, who is that Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon?
Wrestling Show on twitch.tv. Thank you all for joining us here on Monday Night Merriment, our special Monday night episode, as we prepare and batten down the hatches for Deck of the Halls, our final show of the year, our big winter spectacular. If you are enjoying the show so far and you want to help us out in any number of ways, there are many ways that you can do that. The easiest and the quickest way to help out the show and help out the channel, hit that follow button if you're not following the channel already. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. If you are watching this on Twitch and you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@wrestlingissilly is where you can find that. We upload all of the VODs there, including some shorts of matches, some hype videos when I have time. If you have already done all those things, the next best thing you can do is tell a friend about the show. If you enjoy this absolute nonsense, if you know a friend who likes wrestling or likes improv or likes silly nonsense stream ideas, then please do tell them about Wrestling Silly. This is a really hard show to market, because it's a lot of things at once, and the easiest way to market the show is just go, hey, I saw this cool show, I think you'd like it, we should watch together, or host a watch party. Like the VR chat watch parties. The huge thank you to Ayakar for setting up that. And yeah, if you've done that, if you've done all those things and you still want to help out, then if you've got a couple of spare pennies, subscribe to the channel is a really fun way of doing that. Of course, bits. Apparently, there's a thing. If you cheer 300 bits, then I get 10% more from Twitch. Right now, I don't really understand how bits work, so maybe don't do that. But if you do want to help us out monetarily, I personally would recommend you going to our Ko-fi channel, which is kofi.com/wrestlingissilly, where you can give us money on a one-off or a monthly recurring basis. If you do it this way, Jeff Bezos doesn't take half of it, which is great, because he has enough money and I don't have enough money. If you join our monthly tiers, we have tiers ranging from down to $2 all the way to £20 a month. At the £2 a month level, you get your name in the credits, you get a special role in the Discord. At the £5 a month, you get discounts on, you get first looks and discounts on merch drops. You get, of course, name in the credits. At the I Bought a Sign tier, you get a special shout out here at this section of the show. Big shout out to Ayakara, who is currently our £20 a month Getting Silly tier backer, which the month that you get that, you do in fact also get to be on Wrestling is Silly itself, accompanying your favorite wrestler out to a ring. We also have the Guest Booker tier at £15 a month, which allows you to book a title match. So if any of that appeals to you, or if you just want to help us make this show slightly better, or we also have a shop where we have cool Wrestling and Silly merch up there. You can buy yourself a Springfield Sports Center t-shirt, or an Unthinkables t-shirt, or a Blackpool Catboy Club t-shirt. That one's just a funny wrestling shirt. All that at kofi.com/wrestlingissilly. Please do help. It does help out the channel immensely. Every single penny of that goes back into buying. We bought the new version of the game with that money. We pay editors for editing shorts with that money. Anything we can do. And one extra thing, if we make it to £100 a month on the Ko-fi, then we will unlock Wrestling is Silly Punchline, which is a brand new Saturday show every Saturday at youtube.com/@wrestlingissilly. There will be a pre-recorded 1-hour show of Wrestling is Silly that not only will have brand new matches, it will also have catch-ups, recaps of ongoing feuds, chats with folks that help make Wrestling is Silly happen. So co-hosts, writers, the Amdever who wrote the music, we've got an interview with them ready to go. So if you like the show and want to see more Wrestling is Silly, kofi.com/wrestlingissilly. Get us to that £100 a month benchmark. We are currently 1/4 of the way there. I would really super love and appreciate you if you would do that. But with that out of the way, shall we return to some silly wrestling action? let's do that, shall we? Earlier on in the show, I of course told you about our women's title picture next week at Deck the Halls, and once again we are revisiting the women's division, because if the other two title contenders want to get all in shape for the matches next week, then why would our third Wii Fit trainer not want to do so? So in this next match in singles action, Wii Fit trainer and Tetra going head to head to see if Wii Fit trainer can go into Deck the Halls with some momentum, or if Tetra will be a surprise upset for her going in. This is going to be one hell of a match, as all of our women's division matches are. So let's go down to the ring and see how all of this shakes out. This next match is scheduled for one fall. On her way to the ring, hailing from Woohoo Island, weighing in at 133 pounds, Amanda, the Wii Fit Trainer. Ba-do-do-do-do. Wii Fit trainer, she's very much a no-nonsense wrestler. She just wants to come in, reassemble your limbs, and leave. And I think she's been worthy of title picture for a while now. It's going to be interesting to see if this roadblock can stop her. And her opponent from the great seas of Hyrule, weighing in at 175 pounds, Tetra. Tetra Cross coming off to a rocky start here at Wrestling is Silly, hitting some choppy waters. The first time catching a match at either of these wrestlers. Tetra, like I said, she's been a little difficult to get off the mark with both singles and tag action. She had a brief tag team with Lara Croft, the Explorers, but she still really needs the time to prove herself, to show the world what she can really do. On the other hand, Wii Fit trainer, one of the more dominant women of the division, very much a technical prowess submissions expert. She knows 1,000 ways to rearrange all of your limbs into a way that you will be in pain. And again, gearing up for a women's title shot next week. This is basically Tetra's warm up. This is basically, sorry, Wii Fit trainer's warm up, and Tetra is the unfortunate victim of that. Freya rings the bell, and the kitchen sink from Wii Fit trainer. Oh, could she? I thought she was just going to get it done there and then, but no, Tetra not letting her get off that easy. But Wii Fit trainer, oh, the very, very high leg shoulder capture suplex. And now, oh, stomping on the face. This is an unlikely strike-based attack here from Wii Fit trainer. Usually we see more of a submission hold-based affair. But, oh, Tetra slipping out that back gate and hitting a beautiful flatline there. High drop kick to the back of the sitting up head of Wii Fit trainer. Tetra looking to make the upset here. Octopus hold. Deep, deep octopus hold. But no, oh, if you're going to fight submissions with Wii Fit trainer, you had better come prepared. She is one of the most flexible women on the roster. Probably only behind Bayonetta. And now the fight spills to the outside. Wii Fit trainer still on spaghetti legs. Tetra giving her the opportunity to get back, get her senses back, which is very, very noble, but that ain't going to do well in a situation like this. Rolling driver there from Tetra. Tetra in the driver's seat right now. Up on... Ooh! Very, very textbook body slam there from Tetra, but maybe, maybe Amanda is using this as an opportunity to try something a little different. Yeah, she knows in this environment she can experiment, because as much as I like Tetra as a person and as a wrestler, she's not in this. She may not be considered as being in the same league as Wii Fit Trainer. So this gives Amanda a lot of time to experiment and to try. Because she's got to deal with not only Toph, the women's champion, next week, she's also got to deal with Poison Ivy. So she's maybe trying out some things that she can use just in case these women pull something she's not expecting. Oh, big heavy gut buster there from Wii Fit Trainer, and the chop block taking out the knee of Tetra. Again, we're seeing an uncharacteristically brutal affair being swung by the neck, by the choking neck. Oh, but there's the Hurricane back fist out of nowhere, bouncing back for Tetra. Now driving the spine of Wii Fit Trainer into that ring post. Oh, and there's the slide. Yeah, I think Bude, I think you're in a very sensible headspace there. They're going to be expecting Wii Fit Trainer to be on a submission hold offense. So if she can use this opportunity to level up her striking game, to level up her grabs and holds game, her catch as catch can game, like this is good experimentation time for her. This is why they have these warm-up matches. And of course, the warm-up match between She-Ra and Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy, that was her preparing for Toph, who is very much a striker, a grappler, the same way that She-Ra is. That says a lot about Poison Ivy thinking about Wii Fit Trainer in general. Because if Poison Ivy thinks that... Poison Ivy, of course, used to be a submission wrestler. So if she thinks that she can already handle Amanda as a... Oh, there's a huge elbow drop. If Poison Ivy thinks she already has Amanda's number, then Amanda can use this opportunity to experiment a little. There's the Juji Katami, the deep modified Juji Katami, trapping the shoulder of Tetra in the crook of the legs. Tetra, though, just about able to scurry her way out of it, trying to limber up the opposition there. Tetra didn't last long on top, though. And now, gets the cover. Unfortunately, not a 3 just yet. The dropkick avoided by Tetra. Strikes one of her own right to the ass of Amanda. And driving her head back into the mat. Tetra getting a this could be an upset victory if she walks out here with a dub. And now, there's the anchor lock in place. Both those legs crossed, both those ankles twisted. The anchor's away from Tetra. Oh, really wrenching, but Wii Fit Trainer able to grab Tetra's ankles there, reverse the momentum. Hurricane avoided. And right back into that modified Juji Katami, the deep Juji Katami. And there is the tap out victory for Wii Fit Trainer. She tried the striking game, she tried the grapple game, she tried the catch can game, but it was that submission victory that she relies on in the end. So that is really going to be one to watch for both Toph and Wii Fit Trainer next week. And Poison Ivy next week at Deck the Halls. That Juji Katami is a brutal hold that can put away literally anyone at literally any opportunity. So if I'm Poison Ivy or if I'm Toph, I've got to keep an eye out for that. And speaking of keeping an eye out for something, we have been keeping an eye out from one of the competitors that we don't often hear a hell of a lot from. So I would like to hand the floor over to them for just a moment. Let me just there's the video package. I'm just gonna give over the floor to one of our less heard from Wrestling is Silly roster members.
Merry Christmas, one and all. It is I, Father Christmas, and I am taking a break from my busiest time of the year to once again come and visit my favorite wrestling promotion. Wrestling is silly. But as much as I wanted this visit to be in good spirits, full of mirth and holiday cheer, I must say it's not all good news. One of you in the back has been very naughty this year. At the very top of my naughty list, in fact. And I thought it was about time I did something about it. Pepsi Man, come back out of hiding for one night. At Deck the Halls, you and I are going to settle an old grudge once and for all. And I think there's only room in this bar for one of us. So, what about it? You and me. Loser leaves. Wrestling is silly. Holidays are coming, Pepsi Man. And they're coming for you.
Santa has in fact been watching, and he has seen the reign of terror that Pepsi Man has been leaving behind him all of this year, and he has challenged Pepsi Man. Loser leaves town. That is going to be one hell of a match. It is official now. Pepsi Man versus Santa Claus. Loser leaves. Wrestling is silly. The long-time Coke spokesperson, Santa versus Pepsi Man. That is going to be one to watch. That is one more match confirmed for Deck the Halls next week. I ain't even going to ask for Pepsi Man's approval on that. I am ratifying that match right this second. And speaking of matches that I can ratify without asking for the permission of the wrestlers, I did mention that maybe it was going to happen. I did maybe mention that it was going to happen, but I am making it official. And I'm making another match official for Deck the Halls, and that is Ichiban versus Maki Chase for the Twitch Championship is official next week after the upset count-out victory that the Ichiban put over on Maki Chase. I figured a fan favorite may just need one more chance at gold before hanging up his boots. So this week, to Ichiban's for Ichiban's approval, I've given him a chance to pick any one opponent in Wrestling is Silly, and he will get a tune-up match with that one opponent. And Ichiban thought long and hard, and he thought, who is another snack food guy I can beat up this week to prepare for my snack food match next week. So this next match is between Ichiban, current Twitch champion Ichiban, and the man he elected who to be most like Mr. Mac and Cheese Man, his opponent for next week. Let's go down to the ring and see who it is. This next match is scheduled for one fall. On his way to the ring first, from a soapland in Kamurocho, Tokyo, weighing in at 269 pounds, he is your Wrestling is Silly Twitch champion, Kasuga Ichiban. Nice, very nice indeed. Two nice pounds. Ichiban is indeed number one. He is your Twitch champion right now. But for how long? How long can he maintain? Will he still be champion when we go into Deck the Hall, when we leave Deck the Halls next week, or will somebody take that title off him? And his opponent, hailing from your snack cupboard, weighing in at 258 pounds, from the snack pack, Mr. Pringle. I think he took one look at this guy and thought, you're a snack food, you're red and yellow. You're the same guy, right? Because the styles definitely aren't the same. Mr. Pringle and Mackie Chase, not similar fighting styles, but again, it's red and yellow. It's close enough. Yeah, will Ichiban maintain his Twitch championship after Deck the Halls, or will Mackie Chase take the title off him? Only time will tell. But before he gets to Mackie Chase, he's got to get through Mr. Pringle, a man we don't often see in singles action, but been getting a lot of representation in the snack pack. And Ichi trying to put the boots to Mr. Pringle. Mr. Pringle not having any of it. He's giving all the fight he can. There's that spinning leg drop. Ichiban with the boots up in retaliation, and just before Mr. Pringle can run away, the waistlock into the German suplex, that picture perfect German suplex, and the fisherman suplex as well. Yeah, lots of carbs, fake flavored cheese. It's all the same thing. Yeah. Chops across the chest from Ichiban right to Mr. Pringle, and I mean, he's got that exposed chest, but those little lines of material, that's only going to add a little bit more pain. I feel. Because that's all like hems and lining and shit. There's that beautiful judo toss from Ichiban. Now, Ichiban not traditionally trained in any... Oh, sheer drop suplex there. Brain buster, some might say. And there's the flying elbow. But Ichiban not traditionally trained in any martial art. He is very much... The only fighting he knows is the fighting he learned on the streets and on old wrestling VHS tapes. Deadlift powerbomb there, showing off his force, his muscle. And of course, Mr. Pringle, classically trained in old school English boxing. It's a big clash of styles. There's that sort of a froggy forearm there. Shades of great Mark Briscoe. Decisive combo of strikes. Fisherman brain buster. Right on those very, very thin. You can see those like 1 inch thick mats. That is not a lot of padding for Mr. Pringle's big head. Russ trying to keep them both inside. Ichiban restarting the count. What a stray chop, sending Ichiban careening into the corner of the now vacated Spanish commentary table. And now, Ichi in a precarious position, having his face clawed at by Mr. Pringle. Mr. Pringle really making the most out of one of a rare opportunities to get singles action. Throwing Ichi right into those stairs. And again, just uppercuts and chops to the throat. I mean, you can train for boxing for years, and you will never once get thrown into a barricade like that. Some things you just got to experience in the ring. Ichi returning into the ring, maybe guessing that Pringle can't beat the count, but he most certainly can. But that might be what he wanted. There's a perfect deadlift German suplex. And what's he got? Big critical hit knee strike. And there is the win. Ichiban, our Twitch champion Ichiban. Here's your winner, your Twitch champion Ichiban, Kasuga Ichiban, with a big critical hit rising knee strike. going in to deck the halls against Mackie Chase, the mac and cheese man, with all of the momentum in the world. But can the man that has always been inches from title gold finally wrap a belt around his waist, or will Ichiban maintain Twitch dominance one more time? We seem to be once again somewhat speedrunning the night's proceedings, because we are already at our main event here at 25 past 8 in the evening. I promise I didn't do this on purpose once again. But our main event, that I will say, that is the end of the matches for the live event portion of the show, because this last match, for reasons that will become obvious rather quickly, this next match we did pre-record earlier in the day. We don't often do this. We do like our matches being live. This one is our first ever pre-record, because it is the final in the 3 stages of Frubin match. Because if you remember, cast your mind back 3-4 weeks ago perhaps, when Rue put out the call to who was then the webmaster, who was #1 contender, smiley case holder, wanted that flippy shit title. He was given 3 challenges by Rue. Challenge 1 was to defeat Darth Maul in one-on-one action. Challenge 2 was a street fight against Majima. And Challenge 3 is the challenge we're at right now. And I put a little wrinkle on that plan. I said, well, if he fails a challenge, what I want to do instead is have the winner proceed to the next challenge. So Darth Maul beat the webmaster. And then Darth Maul beat Majima. So Darth Maul is now at the final of the 3 challenges. But before we do that, before we see who Darth Maul's final challenge is, I would like to treat you to the full Deck the Halls card for next week. Because Deck the Halls, like I said, I've been alluding to it the entire night. It is our big end of year spectacular, our big Christmas special. So, in case you need a reason to be here on Wednesday night, this coming Wednesday, the 20th of December, 7 p.m. British GMT, here is what is in store. Kazukichi versus Mackie Chase will be fighting for the Twitch Championship, and Rue will be fighting the Flipshit Division Championship against Darth Maul, or the Mystery Champion. Hardcore Harley will take on She-Ra in a House of Fun for the Hardcore title match. Sonic Generations will be against the Deity Dogs for the Wrestling City Tag Team World Championships. Tough Big Fong puts her title on the line against both Poison Ivy and Wii Fit trainer Santa Claus and Pepsi Man in a Loser Leaves Wrestling is Silly match. And finally, your World Championship, Guillotine Gus Taylor versus Kiryu Kazuma. That is Wrestling is Silly Deck the Halls. That is on next week. But like I said, there is a mystery opponent there at place, because if Darth Maul is unsuccessful in this coming match, the winner of this coming match will decide who faces Rue next week at Deck the Halls. And who is Darth Maul facing in this current match? Well, it's the one and only, the man, the wrestler whom Rue could not defeat in his first ever outing in Wrestling is Silly. The man whom, if you watched, the person whom, if you watched Graveyard Smash, I believe, September, one of them, you saw make quite quick work of one Flippy Shit Division champion, Rue. The person who Darth Maul will be wrestling in our main event is me. Which is why we've pre-recorded it. Because I can't do commentary and wrestle at the same time. That would be ridiculous. So your main event this evening, Darth Maul versus Captain Eden Jackson. Let's go down to the ring for our main event. Wrestling is Silly, your main event for tonight is the final of the 3 stages of Frubin match. The winner of this match will either face Frubin for the Flippy Shit Division title next week at Deck the Halls, or send a mystery wrestler in their place. On the way to the ring first, from Dathomir, weighing in at 200 and 15 pounds, Darth Maul. No way, way indeed. This was Rue's idea. See, Darth Maul was intended as just a first ever. Darth Maul was again. It was intended. It's just a first blockade for the Webmaster, because Darth Maul is the man who Rue beat for the title in the first place. So that was just intended to be the first obstacle. But Darth Maul clearly wanted a title shot, wanted his rematch, and he made short work of the Webmaster, and he made even shorter work of Majima. And his opponent from the high seas, weighing in at 225 pounds, the Queer Buccaneer, Captain Eden Jackson. I have a 2-0 undefeated record in wrestling. Is silly. One against Rue, one against Mr. Blobby. I've fought 2 matches. They've both been bangers. Best wrestler on the roster by far. Not that I'm biased. And Freya rings the bell, and the 2 wrestlers lock up. Darth Maul, flattening Captain Eden, getting a very early pinfall, but it's just a 1 count. No way that match is ending that quick at all. Flying lariat, taking the captain down. Darth Maul in full control right now. 2 and a big running clothesline. Darth Maul kind of in full control, but like I said, I'm 2-0 in wrestling is silly. I am not being taken down without a fight. There's a return fire, a receipt for that clothesline from earlier. And the big, ugly knee strike. Darth Maul flying to the outside, returning into that corner that we saw all that action in last time. And hit out powerbomb on the outside. I can still feel that from earlier. It was not fun, I gotta say. And there's that lariat combination once again. Again, laid up. Darth Maul is a dirty fighter. I gotta say, it's hard to commentate on her matches, but Darth Maul is a dirty fighter. Like all that, like assault on the outside. I mean. I signed up for a wrestling match inside the ring. I didn't sign up for no mud show street fight. I'm getting myself in the ring, and that's what's happening. You're following me in the ring, or are you getting counted out? No. See, he throws me right back out. It's dirty mud show shit. I'm not having this. This match should begin and end in the ring as God intended. Don't hit me with no sling blades on the outside. I said don't hit me with no sling blades on the outside. Don't be doing this to me. The fake out with the very, very sharp moonsault there. Managed to get back on my feet. But there is the made in Dathomir. Oh, the pump handle package driver. But it's only a 2 count. How does one sign up for Dirty Mud Show shit? You just sort of hang around wherever there's a ring, really. Oh, there's the rolling senton. Darth Maul has been in full control. But then again, my plan here was to not dominate. I didn't want to like really go in heavy with I win because I'm in charge. Dathomir Sunrise though. And backflip splash. And that's what it took. Darth Maul is your winner. Here is your winner and advancing to Wrestling is Silly Deck the Halls, Darth Maul. So there it is. There is your final match for Wrestling is Silly Deck the Halls, decided and in the books. Darth Maul versus Rue, 1-on-1, the rematch. Darth Maul versus Rue 2, red versus blue once again for that Flippy Shit Division title match, putting one more fantastic matchup in the Wrestling is Silly Pantheon for Deck the Halls next week. Once again, if you are not going to be tuning in for Deck the Halls on Wednesday, why the fuck not? It's going to be a fantastic match, for a fantastic show. Once again, if you need more reason to be there, not only will there be Darth Maul versus Rue, there will also be Ichiban versus the Mac and Cheese Man for the Twitch Championship. There will also be, as I said, it's now decided Darth Maul will be taking on Rue for the Flip Shit Division Championship. Hardcore Harley in the House of Fun will be taking it on She-Ra for that Hardcore Championship. Sonic Generations versus the Deity Dogs, the team of Doug Ziggler and God himself. Toph Bay Fong will be taking on Poison Ivy and Wii Fit Trainer for the Women's World Title. Santa Claus versus Pepsi Man in a loser leaves town match. That is going to be a heated match. And the headline, Gus Taylor, Kiryu Kazuma for the Wrestling is Silly Men's World Championship. It's going to be one hell of a show. We are going to close out a fantastic year of Wrestling is Silly with that on Wednesday night. That is going to be your big Christmas spectacular here from Wrestling is Silly. But until then, let's find somebody to raid into, shall we? Who do we know that is doing a little streameroo? Let's see who is in my raid things. No, I don't want to raid. Whenever it asks me to, whenever I press the raid button on OBS, it's like here are all of the people that are like, they have 1,000 viewers. Do you want to raid them? Like, no, I don't want to raid 1,000 viewers. I want to raid people with like 8 viewers. I want to raid people with less viewers than I have right now, because that is how you get the most fun out of a raid, in my opinion. See, I don't stream on a Monday, so I don't ever know who is streaming on a Monday. Like, I'm so out of touch. I'm so out of step. What is going on? I don't know. Like, I thought my friend Klaus was streaming, but no, alas, they have ceased. They have ceased streamery. So I suppose I'm going to raid into God, I'm lost. I'm so lost. Yes, my friend MJ is doing Crimesmas. She is streaming Hitman World of Assassination for Merry Crimesmas. We can have God vs. Santa if Pepsi Man loses. Santa going out just taking names. That would be great. I think that would be real fun. So yes, we're going to raid into MJ, who's doing Crimesmas. Please once again do tune in to Wrestling is Silly Deck the Halls on Wednesday night. I know this has been a bit of a weird stream on a weird day, but I did have to let my voice rest on Wednesday. Come to Discord if you're not in the Discord already. Throw that raid message in the chat, and then you can leave. That's all I ask from you. But until then, book a near, book far, for the book you are. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Please do catch me in the next stream. I'll catch you in the next stream. But until then, love you, bye.